It's that time again. Welcome to Tesla Shorts Time Daily, episode 468, coming to you from Vancouver. It's May 10th, 2026. Let's get into what's moving in the Tesla world today. Tesla's drive to hire specialized Korean chip engineers in Seoul shows it's building its own silicon stack for future AI hardware rather than relying on outside suppliers. Tesla has posted openings for senior process engineers in lithography, dry etch, thin films, and metrology to support Project Terafab, with roles based in Seoul. The effort targets talent shaped by Samsung and SK Hynix to bring wafer-level fabrication expertise in-house. This move points to Tesla's intent to control more of the semiconductor supply chain that underpins its AI and autonomy hardware. By locating the effort in Seoul, Tesla gains access to a labor pool already trained on sub-10 nanometer nodes, shortening the learning curve that would otherwise stretch years if the company tried to build that expertise from scratch elsewhere matters for speed. If the hires translate into even partial in-house process capability, Tesla could shorten iteration cycles between chip design and vehicle integration. That vertical step would matter most for autonomy hardware, where small improvements in power or latency compound across millions of vehicles. After seeing how far Tesla is willing to go upstream on chips, it makes sense to look at how the company is closing out one of its oldest vehicle lines. The last Model S produced at Fremont carried signatures from the workers who built it. Production of the refreshed Model S and Model X has now concluded at the plant. The milestone marks the end of an era for the original sedan line, while Fremont shifts focus to newer programs. Tesla postponed the planned Signature Edition delivery event at Fremont without setting a new date. The delay follows completion of the final Model S and Model X units. Observers are watching whether the postponement signals a shift in how Tesla plans to mark the end of current S and X production. While Fremont shifts focus, Tesla is still gaining ground in markets where it once faced resistance. Tesla moved ahead of Kia in South Korean EV registrations for the first time. The result reflects growing local acceptance of Tesla vehicles despite strong domestic competition. The shift could influence how other global EV makers approach the Korean market. Success in Korea stands in contrast to the tighter positioning challenges Tesla faces in its largest market. A detailed look at the Model YL variant examines how Tesla is positioning the vehicle against local rivals in China. The analysis weighs pricing, range, and feature differences that affect buyer choices. It highlights the trade-offs Tesla faces as competition intensifies in its largest market. On the hardware side, visibility for Tesla's other vehicles is also growing through unexpected voices. Jay Leno drew an unexpected parallel between the Tesla Semi and classic long-haul trucks during a recent review. The comparison underscores how the electric truck handles weight and efficiency on real routes. It adds visibility for the Semi as more operators begin evaluating it for fleet use. Kathy Wood placed Tesla at the top of her list of AI and data center stocks. The ranking highlights expected gains from robotaxi deployment as a key growth driver. Wood's long-term target reflects confidence in Tesla's ability to scale autonomy software across fleets. Tesla shared side-by-side images showing what a driver sees versus what the car's cameras and neural nets detect. The clips emphasize how the system tracks objects and road features beyond the visible light spectrum in some cases. They serve as a reminder that perception improvements continue even as hardware stays fixed. A short post from Tesla stressed how fractions of a second affect crash outcomes. The message aligns with ongoing work on pre-collision systems that act before physical contact occurs. It underscores the value of fast sensor fusion and decision loops in the vehicle stack. Now, one thing worth which is the open-ended delay around the Signature Edition event at Fremont. Tesla pushed back the Signature Edition delivery event at Fremont after the final Model S and Model X units finished production. No new date has been announced, leaving owners and enthusiasts without a clear timeline for what was meant to be a milestone celebration. The open-ended delay risks dampening the sense of closure around the current S and X generation. It could prompt questions about whether production or logistics issues are still surfacing. Taking a step back from today's headlines, Tesla's decision to recruit wafer fabrication engineers directly in South Korea challenges the assumption that its vehicle business can keep scaling without deeper control over upstream silicon. The postings target process specialists in lithography, etch, and metrology. These are the exact disciplines that determine yield and cost at leading foundries. By locating the effort in Seoul, Tesla gains access to a labor pool already trained on sub-10 nanometer nodes, shortening the learning curve that would otherwise stretch years if the company tried to build that expertise from scratch in the United States matters for timing. If the hires translate into even partial in-house process capability, Tesla could shorten iteration cycles between chip design and vehicle integration. That vertical step would matter most for autonomy hardware, where small improvements in power or latency compound across millions of vehicles. Keep an eye on any updates around the postponed Signature Edition event and how Tesla plans to mark the close of this production chapter. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $428.35, up $19.28, 4.7%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.